All right, good morning. This is the last day of the week. Thank you for joining in. I'm Brian Wilton, live and in concert. Had a discussion with my mother. This is always quite a revealing thing because it was like most kids, you grow up with one parent, and then when you become a grown up, you've got all of a sudden a different kind of parent, and then all of a sudden you're surprised at what they know. I was fortunate enough to have a set of parents that decided to take the idea of know themselves and seek self-improvement seriously, and spent many years doing the hard work of sorting through the past and handling the details that were slowing them down in their daily life. I got a fine example from that. Not a preaching to, but a good example. It made all the difference in the world. Three things I kind of grew up with on that have helped me stay grounded in a day and age when there are lots of people telling me what I should be upset about. I think that's the real thing that gets me the most. All of these people telling me what I should be upset about. Why? Why should I be upset about that? Because you are. And if you pay real close attention, that's what 99% of what you're listening to is telling you to do. You need to be upset about this because I'm upset about this. Well, it lends itself to a couple of back doors in life following that idea. And I don't care if it's a group of individuals or a disease or whatever. It is a manipulation. The world runs on those kinds of manipulations. My mother told me three things, and I use them. Most of the time when I get up in the morning, I take a look and I wake up, see how I'm thinking. Mostly if I have good dreams, which I usually do, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have a good day. Have a bad dream, and it's a chance I'll wake up in a bad mood. I think it was C.G. Jung that said that 90% of the perception of a man's day depends upon the dream he had the night before and his interaction with the females in it. It's interesting. You can find out a lot of stuff you need to deal with by paying attention to that. But be that as it may, I get up in the morning and I figure out where I'm at. And though there might be some uncertainty, there might be some confusion, there might be something that's not clear, if I have what it takes to remember that in that moment, right then and right there, I'm okay, I have what it takes to get up and take the next step. Obviously, coffee is the next vital step. Best piece of advice I'm going to give anybody that wants to get married: never drink to each other before never talk to each other before your first cup of coffee. You'll probably stay married the rest of your lives. Don't sit there and analyze it. Don't think about it. Just don't talk to each other before your first cup of coffee. You can do a lot of things with your spouse without talking to them before your first cup of coffee. So don't read into that. Couple of things to remember though. Do it without the try. All kinds of people talk about, well, I'll try. How about do it? You're either going to do it or you're not. I don't care what it is. How about do it? Say it. Do it without the try. I remember when I first heard Yoda say that. Do or do not. There is no try. That was my alarm for a long, long time on a phone I had. He's not wrong, guys. You do it without the try. If it takes a lot of effort to prepare for it, put in that effort. Put in that effort and get it done. If it takes a lot of patience and you got to pay attention to all kinds of stuff, do it. Put in the effort. If you're going to do something, do it well. Don't waste time with some kind of half-assed effort. Don't be like me. Second thing is, say it without the probably. Well, is that what you really think? Well, probably. When you're talking to somebody, say it without the probably, especially when you're talking about yourself. Well, I'd probably, how would you react? Well, I'd probably, say it without the probably. And the most important thing is make a decision as to the time you're going to do it. Do it without the try. Say it without the probably. And make a decision as to when you're going to start that. The sooner you start right now, you can start a week from now, you can start a month from now, maybe next year. Maybe it could be your New Year's resolution. Do it without the try. Say it without the probably. And make a decision as to when. So when I say change your thought process and change your reality, I assure you those 3 rules right there will do more to create a type of environment you'd wish to live in than just about anything else, any other tool I might be able to lend you. Make them your own. Put them to good use. And if you ever find yourself just sitting around not really sure about anything, okay, what am I doing here? What am I supposed to be seeing? What am I supposed to be learning here? Stop being mad about shit. Take a good inventory of where you are in that moment, because it's all you have is this moment. You might flop out as soon as you get up from the chair. In this moment, what's it all about? Okay, this is where I am. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, do it without the try. Say it without the probably, and make a decision as to when. All right, right now, there's a world of empowering thoughts in that. You ain't got to read no high-minded spiritual concept. You ain't got to read no book by everybody else's favorite philosopher. Just take control of your own damn thoughts. You see, when you put those 3 tools to use in changing your thought process, you're going to cut through much of the programming society has put on you. Because you're eliminating the back doors of, well, I tried, and I could have probably done it. I'll get around to it. It's a part of growing up. It's a part of living the kind of life you want to live. You want to make $1 million? Go make $1 million. You want to write books? Sit down and write books. And here's the deal about that. To make $1 million, you're going to have to work harder and longer than anybody else in the room. You don't necessarily have to be the smartest. You just have to know how to get the smartest in the room so they'll do something for you. Yeah. You can write a book, there's no guarantee everybody's going to read it. No guarantee at all anybody's going to read it. It's just the reality of it. Most independently published authors only ever sell 40 books. That's it. See, the hard part about making that $1 million is not the effort you put into it. It's the effort you can inspire others to want to put into it. The hard part about writing a book is not writing the book. The hard part of writing the book is convincing all the other people that it's worth their time to read what you've written. We always miss the follow-on points of these things. But they're there. Now, if you say it without the try, or do it without the try, say it without the probably, and decide when, you're going to continue on in the course of action that results in your success. You're not giving yourself a back door. Well, you only sold 40 books. Well, how much marketing did you do? Did you call some independent bookstores? Did you try to get it on some shelves? Did you get it listed on Amazon? Did you do a bunch of other things? See, these are the questions you gotta find out. These are the efforts you have to put into it. Oh, so your company's not doing well. Did you hire someone that's got an engineering degree? Oh, you didn't hire anybody. You didn't hire an engineer. You just put it together and thought it'd work. Okay, good deal. How about sourcing out your materials? Did you buy a purchasing agent? What about shipping and receiving? Have you found out the best deal on that? What kind of expenses have you got? Can you cut your expenses? If your profit margin is only 5% and you cut your expenses by 5%, you've doubled your profit margin. Little simple, silly things like that. Did you work until 9 o'clock last night on your future? Did you invest the time in yourself? Well, I was a little tired, and Dancing with the Stars was on, so okay. Well, you tried then, huh? You tried to do it, but there was other things. Yeah. Do it without the try. Say it without the probably. And make a decision as to when.